Good day and welcome to this week's creative episode. Today I'm exploring the idea of using the canvas as a mirror, followed by an oil sketch tutorial on figures and later a still life painting of spring blossoms. The canvas is more than a surface. Each brush stroke, each pause reflects back a piece of ourselves. Sometimes we discover ourselves in a secluded bush setting, surrounded by silence and trees. Our stillness opens up. The canvas catches our solitude, showing us what we hide when the world is loud. Other times this reflection happens in an inner city park. There life hums in a cacophony, traffic, chatter, the clash of sounds. The gardens are manicured, shaped, controlled, yet within that order our own chaos rises. And when we paint it, the canvas doesn't lie. It shows both the order and the noise inside us. And then there are the moments when colour itself does the work. Sublime colour that bypasses thought, hues that move through us, opening inner meridians, each tone vibrating, rising us to a higher frequency. Colour doesn't just touch the eye, it seeps inward, stretching the channels where energy flows. It widens what was once narrow, creating space for breath, space for possibility. In those moments, the canvas doesn't just mirror back who we are, it mirrors who we are becoming. So when you sit before your still life of spring blossoms, don't just paint what you see. Notice what the canvas reflects back to you, your silence, your chaos, your awakening. Because in the end, the painting is never just about flowers. It's about you. Every time I stand before a canvas, I'm not just painting, I'm looking into a mirror. Not the kind that shows you your reflection, but the kind that shows you what's inside. The brush stroke doesn't lie, the knife mark doesn't lie. The canvas always tells the truth. Why is it important to talk about this creative, realized truth? Because the canvas is not separate from the artist. And knowing this allows the painting process to flow authentically versus performatively. It's a reflection, a mirror. And if you look close enough, every line, every colour, every so-called mistake, it all reveals who I am, who you are in that creative moment. Consider this. When you paint, do you notice where you hesitate? You know, that moment where your hand shakes or you second guess the mark. That hesitation is not about the brush, it's about you. It's your doubt, your fear of getting it wrong, your need for control. And then there are those other moments, the ones where your arm moves without thinking, where the paint just flows. That's trust. That's you letting go. That's your inner state pouring out onto the canvas. I remember many paintings where I wanted it perfect, every wave, every highlight just right. But the more I tried to control it, the stiffer the artwork became. What changed for me is accepting what I wanted to paint and how I wanted to actually paint it. So here's the question. How do you read your own creative work, and how do you use the canvas as a mirror? Here are my 3 suggestions where to look. First, notice where you resist. Do you keep avoiding one corner of the canvas? That's often the part of your life where you are avoiding also. 2, notice where you flow. The sections you paint with ease are clues to where you feel safe and where you trust yourself. 3, notice where you hide. Sometimes we cover over parts again and again, layering, overworking. That's hiding. It's not about paint. It's about what we don't want ourselves or others to see. Let's create something together. Wherever you are, take a sketchbook or even a scrap of paper. Don't overthink. Just make a mark. I'm not going to direct what that mark is. Make it. Now, pause. Observe what you just did. Did you hesitate before the mark? Did you rush it? Did you press hard or barely touch the page? Those little moments tell you more about yourself than 1,000 words could. Emotions are our primary communicator. Plug into that. The canvas reflects you always. Remember, the canvas is not your enemy. It's not even just a surface. It is a mirror. It will show you where you cling, where you flow, where you resist, and if you're brave enough to really look, your art will not only grow, you will grow. Because every brush stroke is a reflection, and every reflection is a chance to know yourself more deeply. If this message resonated, let me know in the comments. What has your canvas revealed to you? And if you'd like to walk this journey of creativity and self-discovery together, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. Now, here are the figure demonstrations and still life cherry blossom art demonstration.